What if I told you Arsenal could become the greatest team of this decade, not just in England, but in all of Europe? Better than Barcelona's MSN, more complete than Real Madrid under Zidane. Sounds mental, right? Don't believe me yet. Stick around. Once you see the details, you won't be able to unsee them. This isn't about trophies, not yet. It's not about hype or headlines. It's about structure, depth, and a manager who treats football like chess. Mikel Arteta isn't the loudest bloke on the touchline, but tactically, he's up there with the smartest. And what Arsenal are building right now could completely rewrite modern football. In chess, you don't always lose from one massive blunder. You lose because you're slowly trapped square by square until there's no way out. That's how Arsenal play, not chaos, not flashes of brilliance, control, precision, domination. Last season, Arsenal were top 3 in Europe for possession control, one of the stingiest sides for shots conceded per game, elite in pressing efficiency. Teams don't just lose to Arsenal, they get suffocated. This season, Arsenal are top of the Premier League, 20 games, 15 wins, only 2 losses, over 25 goal difference. That's not luck, that's dominance. One of the best defenses in the league and an attack that scores with fun. In the Champions League, 5 clean sheets. Over 15 goals scored, just 1 conceded. That's elite. Possession, around 55%. Pass accuracy, 85% plus. Control in every phase. William Saliba and Gabriel are already one of the best centre-back pairings in world football. One of the lowest goals conceded totals in the Premier League. Top-tier dual win percentages. Elite recovery speed and positional smarts. Saliba, calm, intelligent, almost regal in how he reads the game. Gabriel, aggressive, commanding, pure dominance. Together, absolute nightmares for any striker. And here's the scary bit. When injuries hit, Arsenal don't crumble. Hincapié, Mosquera step in not as second stringers, but as starters at Real Madrid or Barcelona. And remember, this is their first season in this system. Ricardo Calafiori, not just a defender. He drifts into the box, attacks the half spaces, arrives like a striker when no one's watching. Defensive discipline, explosive overlaps, deadly crosses. Modern football demands it, and Arsenal have it nailed. Lewis Skelly, young, fearless, powerful. One of the youngest to pull on the England shirt, already showing elite ball carrying and raw physicality. This isn't potential anymore, it's controlled aggression. Jurrien Timber is a defender who attacks like a midfielder. His positioning, consistency, and physical strength allow Arsenal to overload the middle and dominate transitions. He steps inside, carries the ball, and keeps the pressure constant. White is intelligence. His overlaps with Saka, early crosses, and timing turn the right side into a permanent danger zone. He doesn't force it, he chooses the right moment. Zubimendi, calm, intelligent, press-resistant, pass accuracy consistently above 90%, defensive positioning close to Busquets in his prime. He doesn't rush, he decides. Declan Rice, one of the best ball-winning midfielders in the world. Elite pressing, numbers progressive, carries dangerous from set pieces, he protects the team and launches attacks. Odegaard, this season, Odegaard evolved. More shots from range, more confidence, same creativity, a true modern captain. Arsenal don't play with one superstar, they attack you with waves. You stop one problem, another one appears, and by the time you adjust, it's already too late. Saka, even on his quiet days, Saka still decides games. His crosses, corners, and cut-ins create danger without him forcing anything. Gabriel Martinelli, pure speed, pure timing. 1 second you're in control, the next, Martinelli is already behind your defense. Big games, counterattacks, late runs, this is where he hurts you the most. Leandro Trossard, no noise. No drama, just efficiency. He arrives between the lines, makes the right run, and finishes when Arsenal need it. Goals, assists, big moments. Trossard doesn't need many touches, and that's what makes him deadly. Havertz is the system player. Attacker when Arsenal press. Midfielder when Arsenal defend. He drags defenders out of position, wins duels, and gives Arteta something priceless: tactical flexibility. Gyökeres doesn't need to score to dominate a match. You cannot leave him unmarked. Centre-backs follow him, lines break, spaces appear, and suddenly Odegaard, Saka, or Martinelli are free. He's gravity. He bends the defense around him. Merino is the balance in the chaos. Strong in duels, intelligent movement, late runs into the box, and defensive reliability. When Arsenal attack, he supports. When they lose the ball, he suffocates you. Silent but crucial. Noni is unpredictability, direct dribbles, power, confidence. He doesn't ask permission, he attacks you. Defenders don't know whether he'll shoot, cross, or drive inside, and that hesitation is all Arsenal need. Ethan Nwaneri, this is raw talent. Fearless on the ball, sharp dribbler, and when he shoots with his left foot, sometimes it gives you flashbacks of Arjen Robben cutting inside. That confidence at such a young age, you can't teach it. He doesn't play like a kid, filling minutes. He plays like someone who expects something to happen. We've talked about the talent, we've talked about the power, but this is the real secret behind Arsenal. They don't just have good players, they have players who can change positions inside the same match, sometimes without you even noticing. Lewis Skelly can step into midfield and play as a defensive six. Norgard can drop into centre-back when Arsenal build from the back. Declan Rice, he's a 6 when Arsenal need control, an 8 when they need power going forward. Merino can play as an 8 or arrive late as a centre-forward. This is where it becomes impossible to defend. Havertz and Merino switches between midfielder and striker, sometimes in the same phase of play. Saka can play right or left. Martinelli can attack from either wing or run through the middle. Trossard can play as an 8, a false 9, or a striker. Ayres can operate as a 10 or drift wide from the left. Madueke can destroy you from the right or the left. Jesus, winger, false 9, or centre-forward, pure chaos. Now ask yourself this: how many times can you change tactics in one match without making a substitution? Once, twice. Arsenal can do it 5, 6, 7 times, different shapes, different pressing traps, different overloads, all with the same 11 players. This isn't normal football anymore. This is chess at full speed. While the opponent is still reacting to the first move, Arteta is already thinking 3 moves ahead. Other reason Arsenal are so dangerous: whatever you try, they already have an answer. You want possession? Arsenal can keep the ball all night. Rotations, patience, control. They move you side to side until it feels like torture. You don't chase the ball chases you. You want TO counter-attack? No problem. One pass and Martinelli is gone. Saka isolates his man. Gyökeres pulls defenders away. Suddenly, you're defending at full speed with no structure left. You want corners? No problem. Saliba, Gabriel, Havertz, Merino, timing, movement, power. Arsenal don't hope from set pieces, they design them. You want Odegaard, Rice, Eberechi, Ayres, Noni. If you sit deep, they punish you from outside the box. Why this is unfair: most teams have a plan A, some have a plan B. Arsenal have plan A to Z, and they can switch between them inside the same match. Whatever the problem, the solution is already on the pitch. This isn't luck, this isn't form, this is design. Talent wins matches, tactics win seasons, but combinations win eras. Ayres and Martinelli, this pairing is pure movement. Ayres drifts inside, attracts pressure, passes long. Martinelli explodes into the space behind. It's quick, it's direct, and once defenders hesitate, it's already over. Trossard and Merino, intelligence meets timing. Merino drifts the centre-backs, slips a pass between the lines. Trossard reads it instantly, moves off the shoulder, and runs in behind. One pulls defenders out, the other arrives unseen. Simple, deadly. Calafiori and Trossard, this is overload foot, this is muscle memory. One touch, one glance, one movement. They don't need to look, they already know where the other is. Jesus and Martinelli, chaos with purpose. Jesus drags defenders wide. Martinelli attacks the space he leaves. Pressing, counter-pressing, instant transitions. Relentless. Ben White and Saka, this is repetition turned into perfection. Overlaps, underlaps, early crosses. You've seen it once, you've seen it twice, you've seen it every week, and teams still can't stop it. These combinations don't happen by accident. They're trained, rehearsed, repeated not once, not twice, but again and again and again. We've talked about the attack, the tactics, the combinations, and we still haven't fully talked about Arsenal's defense. You don't need statistics to see it. You can see it with your eyes. Power, technique, intelligence. Arsenal don't just defend, they anticipate. If one defender steps out, another one is already covering. If one duel is lost, the ball is won back seconds later. Arsenal are consistently among the top teams in the Premier League for clean sheets, one of the lowest for goals conceded per match, elite in tackles won and interceptions per game, among the best for defensive duels won percentage. This isn't last-ditch defending, this is control without panic. Saliba reads the game before it happens. Gabriel dominates duels and leads the line. Timber and Ricardo Calafiori close spaces early. Martin Zubimendi, Rice don't just protect, they launch danger. With intelligent forward passes. And then there's David Raya. He's not just a goalkeeper, he's the last defender and the first playmaker. His passing accuracy from the back is elite. His long passes aren't panic, they're targeted. He knows when to slow the game, when to counter, who to find, and when to change the tempo completely. This is what separates Arsenal. The defense doesn't just stop danger, it creates it. One interception, one calm pass, one smart decision, and suddenly Arsenal are attacking before the opponent even resets. This isn't just the best defense in the league. It's one of the most intelligent defensive systems in modern football. Strong, technical, connected, and built to last. And here's the most frightening part of all. This version of Arsenal, it's not even the finished product. Look closely. Saka hasn't been at his absolute best. Victor Gyökeres is still adapting, still finding his rhythm. Havertz is improving, but there's another level waiting. Jesus and Ben White have only just returned from long injuries. Ayres and Madueke are new, still learning the system. Hincapié and Mosquera, first season, first adaptation. Even with all of that, Arsenal are at the top end of the Premier League, at the top in the Champions League, still alive in every major competition, owning one of the best attacks in the league, and statistically the best defense. This isn't peak Arsenal, this is Arsenal under construction. Now ask yourself one question: what happens when Saka hits top form, Gyökeres fully settles, Havertz reaches his peak, the new signings become automatic, and the injured players regain rhythm? Because when that happens, this team doesn't just compete, it dominates. This isn't a team surviving on moments. It's a team winning without needing perfection, and that's how you recognize something dangerous. If this is Arsenal before everything clicks, imagine Arsenal when it does. That's not hype, that's a warning. And here's the final twist. Not only is this Arsenal team insanely intelligent, not only do they combine chaos, control, and flexibility, they're young. Most of these players are in their early 20s. That means years and years under Mikel Arteta, time to fully mature, fully understand the system, and fully dominate. Why this matters? This isn't a flash-in-the-pan squad. This is a team being built for a dynasty. With youth plus tactical intelligence plus flexibility plus elite talent, Arsenal don't just compete, they threaten history. So what do you think? Can you name one team in all of Europe in the last 20 years that had more than 22 top-level players, players who complete each other, defense that protects and attack that creates chaos, tactical flexibility to switch roles mid-game, youth to dominate for years under one manager? If you can, put it in the comments, because right now, this team might just be the most dangerous squad Europe has ever seen.
Oi Gunners, this channel's jealous for you. Smash that subscribe and join the roar. Come on every football fan, subscribe now.